The realm of aviation is often characterized by a delicate balance of precision, technology, and human skill. Helicopters, with their versatility and ability to perform maneuvers that fixed-wing aircraft cannot, are incredible feats of engineering. However, their complexity also makes them susceptible to catastrophic failures when something goes wrong. Over the years, there have been some helicopter crashes that not only shook the aviation world, but were also captured on camera, leaving behind haunting footage and unanswered questions. These incidents serve as grim reminders of the risks associated with aviation and the critical importance of safety protocols. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. One of the most infamous helicopter crashes occurred on January 26, 2020, when a Sikorsky S-76B carrying basketball legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others tragically crashed into a hillside in Calabasas, California. The crash was caught on surveillance footage from nearby cameras, and the events leading up to the accident have been dissected in excruciating detail. That fateful morning, the helicopter departed John Wayne Airport in Orange County despite adverse weather conditions, with heavy fog blanketing the region. The pilot, Ara Zobayan, was highly experienced and familiar with the route, but the fog created disorienting conditions that significantly reduced visibility. The flight proceeded uneventfully until it approached the Santa Monica Mountains. At that point, the helicopter began to climb steeply, a maneuver that investigators later suggested was an attempt to rise above the fog. Tragically, Zobayan became spatially disoriented, a phenomenon where pilots lose their sense of direction due to limited visual references. The helicopter descended rapidly, crashing into the hillside at high speed. The impact killed everyone on board instantly and sparked an outpouring of grief across the globe. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, attributed the crash to pilot error, compounded by weather conditions and the lack of a terrain awareness and warning system on the aircraft. The haunting footage of the foggy hillside moments before the crash is a chilling reminder of how quickly a routine flight can turn into a disaster. Another shocking helicopter crash that was caught on camera unfolded on August 4, 2015 in Russia, involving an Mi-8 helicopter operated by UTair. The dramatic footage of this accident shows the helicopter spinning uncontrollably before plunging to the ground in a fiery explosion. The Mi-8 is a robust and widely used aircraft renowned for its reliability, but on that day, mechanical failure proved fatal. The helicopter was conducting a routine flight near Krasnoyarsk in Siberia when disaster struck. Eyewitnesses reported seeing the aircraft's tail rotor detach mid-flight, causing an immediate loss of control. Without the stabilizing effect of the tail rotor, the helicopter entered a spin that intensified with every passing second. The footage captured by a bystander reveals the harrowing moments before impact. The helicopter spiraled violently, with its main rotor blades struggling to maintain lift as the fuselage twisted uncontrollably. The subsequent crash was devastating, killing all 15 people aboard. Investigators determined that the tail rotor's failure was due to poor maintenance and metal fatigue, highlighting the dire consequences of neglecting rigorous inspection protocols. The video of the crash went viral, sparking debates about aviation safety standards in Russia, where aging helicopters and lax oversight have been long-standing concerns. The third incident that shocked the world took place on November 18, 2018, when a helicopter crashed into a luxury hotel in Istanbul, Turkey. The Augusta Westland AW-139 was attempting to land on the rooftop helipad of the Grand Tarabya Hotel, a practice common for VIP transport in urban areas. Video footage captured the aircraft hovering over the hotel moments before the crash, showcasing the danger of flying in densely populated areas. The pilot attempted to align the helicopter with the helipad, but appeared to struggle with turbulence or a sudden technical issue. The footage shows the helicopter lurching erratically before striking the edge of the building. Debris rained down as the aircraft lost its balance and tumbled into the hotel's rooftop structure, igniting a fire. The impact killed the pilot and 2 passengers, while several hotel guests were injured from the ensuing chaos. The investigation revealed that the crash was likely caused by pilot error during a challenging landing. This incident underscored the risks associated with operating helicopters in tight urban spaces, where obstacles and unpredictable wind patterns create additional hazards. These crashes, though differing in circumstances, share common threads that shed light on the vulnerabilities of helicopter operations. They reveal how human error, mechanical failure, and environmental challenges can intertwine to create catastrophic outcomes. The shocking footage of each incident has had a lasting impact, not only on those directly affected but also on the aviation industry as a whole. Kobe Bryant's crash serves as a poignant reminder of the need for advanced safety systems in helicopters. The NTSB's investigation emphasized the importance of terrain awareness and warning systems, which could have alerted the pilot to the imminent danger. Moreover, the crash sparked discussions about decision-making in poor weather conditions, especially for high-profile flights where there may be pressure to proceed despite risks. The aftermath led to calls for stricter regulations and better training to prevent spatial disorientation among pilots, a phenomenon that has claimed many lives in the past. The Mi-8 crash in Russia highlights the dangers posed by insufficient maintenance and aging equipment. Tail rotor failures are among the most feared scenarios in helicopter aviation, as they often result in uncontrollable spinning. The footage of the crash brought global attention to the need for stricter maintenance protocols, particularly in regions where resources may be stretched thin. For Russia, the incident was a wake-up call to modernize its fleet and prioritize aviation safety, a challenge that remains ongoing in many parts of the world. The Istanbul hotel crash underscores the unique challenges of urban helicopter operations. The footage of the aircraft's final moments reveals how quickly a controlled flight can devolve into chaos when even minor misjudgments occur. Urban helipads, while convenient for VIPs and emergency services, require precision flying under complex conditions. The crash prompted debates about whether such operations should be more tightly regulated or even restricted in certain areas to reduce the risk to densely populated regions. In each of these cases, the haunting footage captured by cameras has played a dual role. On one hand, it has provided investigators with invaluable insights into the sequences of events leading up to the crashes, helping to piece together the causes and identify preventive measures. On the other hand, the footage has also had a profound emotional impact on the public, serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unforgiving nature of aviation accidents. The broader implications of these crashes extend beyond the immediate loss of life. They have spurred advancements in helicopter technology, operational protocols, and safety standards. In the wake of the Kobe Bryant crash, for instance, there has been a renewed focus on equipping helicopters with state-of-the-art navigation and warning systems, even for private or VIP flights. Similarly, the Mi-8 disaster led to calls for global oversight of maintenance practices, ensuring that aging aircraft are either retired or rigorously inspected. Meanwhile, the Istanbul crash reignited debates about the appropriateness of urban helicopter operations, prompting cities worldwide to reassess their policies regarding rooftop helipads. These tragic incidents also highlight the importance of learning from past mistakes to prevent future tragedies. In aviation, every accident becomes a case study, a puzzle to solve, and a lesson to apply. The footage of these crashes serves not only as a reminder of what went wrong, but also as a tool to drive improvements in pilot training, mechanical reliability, and operational decision-making. For the families and loved ones of the victims, however, these crashes are more than just case studies. They are profound losses that no amount of technological advancement or regulatory change can fully mend. The footage that captures their final moments is both a source of anguish and a testament to the need for continued vigilance in aviation safety. As helicopters continue to play a vital role in transportation, emergency services, and military operations, the lessons from these tragic crashes must not be forgotten. Each incident is a stark reminder of the stakes involved in aviation and the relentless pursuit of safety that must guide every decision. While the footage of these accidents is undeniably shocking, it also serves as a powerful catalyst for change, ensuring that the lives lost are not in vain. Another unforgettable helicopter crash that left a global audience stunned occurred on March 10, 1989, in New York City when a Sikorsky S-76A, operating as an East River commuter service, crashed into the waters of Manhattan's East River. This accident is infamous not only because of its dramatic footage, but also because of the chain of events leading to its tragedy. The helicopter, operated by New York Helicopter, was ferrying passengers between Manhattan and LaGuardia Airport. Shortly after takeoff from the Pan Am Building helipad, the aircraft suffered a catastrophic failure. Captured by witnesses on nearby rooftops, the footage shows the helicopter spinning uncontrollably before plunging into the river below. Passengers were trapped inside as the aircraft submerged rapidly, with water quickly filling the cabin. Rescuers scrambled to the scene, and despite their swift efforts, 5 of the 8 passengers lost their lives. Investigators later determined that the crash was caused by the helicopter's main rotor blade failing, which was attributed to undetected fatigue in the material. The footage of the helicopter striking the water and the frantic rescue efforts that followed has been etched into aviation history as one of the most haunting depictions of a helicopter accident. The crash sent shockwaves through the aviation industry and particularly highlighted the risks of urban helicopter operations. It led to significant reforms in New York City's policies on rooftop helipads and passenger safety measures, with an emphasis on requiring life jackets and better emergency egress training for passengers. The footage of the crash became a symbol of the thin line between convenience and safety in urban air travel. Another chilling helicopter crash immortalized on camera took place on November 16, 2007, when a Bell 206 helicopter plummeted to the ground during a news broadcast in Phoenix, Arizona. This accident involved 2 television news helicopters that were covering a high-speed police chase live. The Bell 206, operated by KNXV-TV, collided mid-air with a similar helicopter operated by KTVK, another news station. Both helicopters had been hovering in close proximity to capture the dramatic pursuit when disaster struck. In the captured footage, the helicopters appear to hover in harmony for a brief moment before one suddenly veers into the other. The collision resulted in a fiery explosion, and both helicopters spiraled out of control before crashing into a park below. All 4 people aboard the 2 helicopters, 2 pilots and 2 photographers, were killed. The footage of the collision, broadcast live on television, left viewers horrified and underscored the dangers of aerial reporting in crowded airspace. The investigation revealed that neither helicopter had the benefit of a traffic alert and collision avoidance system, TCAS, a technology that might have prevented the crash by alerting pilots to the imminent danger. In the aftermath, the tragedy prompted news stations to rethink their policies regarding helicopter coverage, with many opting to use drones or ground-based cameras to avoid similar incidents. The crash also fueled conversations about better coordination between aircraft sharing the same airspace during live events, a lesson that resonated far beyond the world of journalism. One of the most harrowing helicopter crashes ever caught on camera occurred on March 1, 2008, during an air show in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. The helicopter, a Eurocopter S-350 Écureuil, was performing aerial stunts for an excited crowd when disaster unfolded. The stunt pilot was executing a maneuver involving a series of tight turns and high-speed passes over the airfield when the helicopter suddenly lost control. The footage, captured by numerous spectators, shows the aircraft wobbling mid-air before its main rotor appeared to stall, sending the helicopter plunging toward the ground. The crash occurred just meters away from the crowd, narrowly avoiding a mass casualty event. The aircraft exploded on impact, killing the pilot instantly. The investigation revealed that the crash was caused by a mechanical failure in the rotor system, exacerbated by the high stress placed on the helicopter during the stunts. The footage of the crash spread quickly, raising awareness of the inherent risks of performing such maneuvers with civilian helicopters not specifically designed for aerobatics. This tragic event led to stricter regulations for air shows worldwide, with a focus on ensuring that aircraft used in stunt performances meet the highest safety standards, and that spectators are kept at safe distances. The Santa Cruz crash remains a stark reminder of the dangers of pushing aircraft beyond their limits, and the devastating consequences of mechanical failure under extreme conditions. Each of these incidents stands out not only for their shocking footage, but also for the lessons they imparted to the aviation industry. The East River crash emphasized the importance of robust maintenance and safety protocols in urban helicopter operations. The Phoenix collision highlighted the need for better airspace management and advanced collision avoidance systems, especially in high-pressure environments like live news reporting. Meanwhile, the Santa Cruz airshow disaster underscored the dangers of pushing helicopters beyond their design limits, particularly in front of large crowds. As with all such tragedies, the haunting visuals captured during these events have served as powerful tools for reform and learning. They remind us of the inherent risks in aviation and the necessity of constant vigilance, innovation, and adherence to safety standards to prevent such disasters from recurring. Another catastrophic helicopter crash, forever etched in history due to its shocking footage, occurred on November 23, 2015, in Auckland, New Zealand. A Eurocopter S-350 Akuroi was conducting routine operations to install a Christmas tree atop the city's Viaduct Harbor when disaster struck. The helicopter, equipped with a long line for hoisting the tree's components, was captured on camera by several spectators who had gathered to watch the festive preparations. Initially, the flight seemed routine, with the pilot carefully maneuvering the aircraft in tandem with workers on the ground. However, moments later, disaster unfolded. As seen in the footage, the long line carrying a section of the tree became tangled in the helicopter's tail rotor. The impact caused an immediate and violent loss of control, sending the aircraft spinning uncontrollably before crashing into the ground. Miraculously, the pilot survived the crash with only minor injuries, crawling out of the wreckage to the astonishment of onlookers. The incident was later attributed to improper planning and coordination between the ground crew and the helicopter operator, leading to the unfortunate snag in the tail rotor. The crash served as a wake-up call for the aviation industry regarding the risks associated with aerial lifting operations in public spaces. It sparked calls for more stringent planning, better communication between crews, and enhanced safety precautions during such operations. The footage, which captures the harrowing moments of the helicopter's fall, continues to be used in safety training to emphasize the dangers of inadequate preparation and situational awareness. Another tragic and widely viewed helicopter crash occurred on March 10, 2018, in the East River of New York City. This incident involved a privately chartered Airbus S-350 helicopter operated by Liberty Helicopters, which was conducting a photo tour flight over the city. The crash, captured on video by bystanders and nearby surveillance cameras, sent shockwaves through the aviation world due to its preventable nature and the horrifying conditions that ensued. As the helicopter flew over the East River, it suddenly lost power and made an emergency landing in the water. While the pilot managed to escape, the 5 passengers were trapped in the cabin as the aircraft quickly submerged. The video shows the helicopter hitting the water and flipping onto its side before being swallowed by the icy river. The passengers, wearing harnesses for the open-door photography experience, were unable to release themselves in time and tragically drowned. The investigation revealed that a poorly secured fuel cutoff lever had been inadvertently activated by one of the passengers' equipment, leading to engine failure. This devastating accident highlighted critical shortcomings in passenger safety briefings, the use of restrictive harnesses, and the overall design of open-door helicopter tours. Following the crash, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, tightened regulations on such operations, effectively banning open-door flights with unapproved safety equipment. The footage of this heartbreaking crash serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of prioritizing thrills over safety. The third shocking helicopter crash, caught vividly on camera, occurred on November 14, 2014 in Lagos, Nigeria, when a Sikorsky S-76C Plus helicopter operated by Bristow Helicopters experienced catastrophic engine failure. The helicopter, carrying oil workers to an offshore rig, was on final approach to land when the tragedy unfolded. Captured by bystanders on shore, the footage shows the helicopter flying low over the Lagos Lagoon before one engine failed. The aircraft quickly lost altitude and crashed into the water, breaking apart on impact. Of the 12 people on board, 6 survived, while the other 6 tragically lost their lives. The footage of the crash, combined with the dramatic rescue efforts by local fishermen, brought global attention to the incident. The investigation later revealed that the crash was caused by an unaddressed issue with the helicopter's engine, compounded by the failure of the crew to execute proper emergency procedures. This accident sparked significant changes within the offshore oil and gas industry, particularly concerning helicopter safety standards. It underscored the importance of rigorous maintenance schedules, pre-flight inspections, and thorough emergency response training for both pilots and passengers. The footage of the crash, widely shared across social media, served as a catalyst for these reforms and highlighted the need for swift action in the wake of such tragedies. These helicopter crashes, each captured in heart-stopping detail, stand as stark reminders of the potential dangers associated with aviation. The Auckland Christmas tree crash illustrated the risks of poorly coordinated lifting operations. The East River crash exposed the fatal consequences of inadequate passenger safety protocols in thrill-seeking ventures. Meanwhile, the Lagos Lagoon tragedy highlighted the critical importance of maintenance and emergency preparedness in high-stakes offshore operations. Together, these incidents underscore the ongoing need for vigilance, innovation, and a relentless commitment to safety in the aviation industry. Another tragic helicopter crash, unforgettable due to the dramatic footage it generated, took place on April 15, 2002, near the Orsk airport in Russia. The Mi-26 helicopter, known as one of the largest and most powerful helicopters in the world, was conducting a training exercise when the disaster struck. Captured by ground observers, the video shows the helicopter in the midst of a routine maneuver when one of its massive rotors unexpectedly detached mid-flight. Without the stability provided by the rotor, the helicopter lost control, spinning wildly before plummeting to the ground. The crash resulted in the deaths of the 4 crew members aboard. Investigators determined that a critical mechanical failure in the rotor assembly combined with inadequate maintenance practices was to blame. The footage of the accident became a stark warning about the dangers of neglecting thorough inspections and the unique challenges posed by operating complex, heavy-lift helicopters. Following the incident, Russian aviation authorities introduced stricter maintenance protocols for their aging fleet of Mi-26 helicopters, emphasizing the need for ongoing modernization efforts. The second shocking helicopter crash recorded on video occurred on July 7, 2018, in Williamsburg, Virginia. A Robinson R-44 helicopter collided with a residential townhouse, leading to a fiery explosion and the death of the pilot. This small aircraft was on a private recreational flight when it encountered mechanical issues, as seen in the chilling footage captured by security cameras in the area. The helicopter appeared to lose altitude rapidly, narrowly missing other structures before smashing into the townhouse. The crash destroyed much of the building and resulted in injuries to a few residents. The National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) investigation found that the accident was caused by an engine failure due to fuel contamination. This incident highlighted the vulnerabilities of smaller, more affordable helicopters like the Robinson R-44, which are often used for training and private flights but can be susceptible to accidents if maintenance is not meticulous. The haunting footage of the helicopter's descent and the ensuing fireball sparked calls for tighter regulations on the operation and upkeep of recreational helicopters. Another unforgettable helicopter crash, immortalized on video, unfolded on May 3, 2013, in the densely populated city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. A Bell 206 helicopter, hired for a private media engagement, crashed in a residential neighborhood, leaving 3 people dead and 1 seriously injured. Footage captured by local residents shows the helicopter wobbling as it struggled to maintain altitude before it clipped a rooftop and fell onto a busy street below. The impact caused a massive explosion, sending flames and debris flying. The investigation revealed that the crash was caused by a sudden mechanical failure in the aircraft's engine, exacerbated by the pilot's inability to locate a safe area to land in the crowded cityscape. The crash not only raised concerns about the reliability of the Bell 206's engine systems, but also reignited debates about the risks of urban helicopter operations. The footage of the helicopter's final moments remains a haunting reminder of the chaos that can ensue when technical failure meets high population density. Each of these crashes carries a unique set of circumstances and challenges. The Mi-26 disaster highlighted the dangers of operating aging helicopters with inadequate maintenance. The Williamsburg crash revealed the vulnerabilities of smaller recreational helicopters, particularly regarding fuel safety. Meanwhile, the Sao Paulo tragedy underscored the dangers of mechanical failure in urban environments where safe landing options are often scarce. The footage of these incidents, though devastating to watch, serves as crucial evidence for investigators and a warning for the aviation community. These cases emphasize the importance of adhering to strict maintenance schedules, conducting comprehensive inspections, and enforcing tighter regulations, particularly for urban or recreational helicopter operations. While the visuals of these tragedies are harrowing, they have driven vital changes in aviation safety and underscore the relentless need for vigilance in every aspect of helicopter flight. Another devastating helicopter crash, caught on camera and etched into the annals of aviation history, occurred on January 27, 2003, in Charlotte, North Carolina. A Bell 206 L-1 Long Ranger helicopter, operated by WBTV, was performing a live news coverage assignment when disaster struck. The aircraft was returning from a routine morning flight when a mechanical failure caused the tail rotor to malfunction. Caught on video by a nearby news crew, the footage reveals the helicopter spiraling uncontrollably as it lost stability, crashing into a parking lot below. The crash killed the pilot and injured a passenger who was part of the news team. The investigation revealed that a faulty bearing in the tail rotor assembly caused the malfunction, a defect that could have been detected during routine maintenance. This tragedy emphasized the importance of rigorous inspections, particularly for helicopters used in high-visibility operations like news coverage. The footage of the crash shocked viewers, and the incident prompted discussions about improving maintenance standards for media helicopters to avoid such preventable disasters. Another shocking helicopter crash unfolded on August 4, 2009, in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan. This accident involved a civilian Mi-8 helicopter leased by NATO forces for logistical support during military operations. The crash was captured on video by soldiers stationed nearby, showing the aircraft struggling to gain altitude in the thin mountain air before colliding with a rocky hillside. The crash resulted in the deaths of all 16 passengers and crew on board. The investigation into the crash revealed that the helicopter was overloaded beyond its operational capacity, which significantly reduced its ability to climb and maneuver in the challenging high-altitude environment. The footage of the crash became a symbol of the logistical challenges faced in war zones, where tight schedules and high demands often push equipment and personnel to their limits. The tragedy led to calls for stricter weight restrictions and more robust operational oversight in conflict zones, where safety protocols can sometimes be compromised in the face of urgency. A third harrowing helicopter crash, caught on video, occurred on June 6, 2014 at a beach in Copacabana, Brazil. A Eurocopter S-350, operated by a private company for sightseeing tours, was attempting to land on a designated helipad near the shoreline when strong gusts of wind destabilized the aircraft. The video, captured by beachgoers, shows the helicopter wobbling violently as the pilot struggles to regain control. Moments later, the helicopter crashes onto the crowded beach, narrowly missing dozens of people. The crash resulted in injuries to the pilot and 3 passengers, but miraculously, there were no fatalities. The investigation revealed that the pilot failed to adequately compensate for wind conditions during the approach, a mistake compounded by the helicopter's low altitude and proximity to the crowded area. The footage of the crash served as a stark reminder of the risks associated with sightseeing flights in unpredictable coastal weather conditions. In the aftermath, authorities in Brazil introduced stricter regulations for tourist helicopter operations, including mandatory training for pilots on handling coastal wind patterns and enhanced safety protocols for flight routes near populated areas. These incidents, each captured in shocking and vivid detail, highlight the unique risks associated with helicopter operations in various contexts. The Charlotte crash underscores the critical importance of maintaining mechanical reliability in media helicopters. The Afghanistan tragedy reveals the dangers of overloading aircraft in high-stress, high-altitude environments. Meanwhile, the Copacabana crash illustrates the challenges of navigating difficult weather conditions in crowded areas. The footage of these crashes has been instrumental in driving reforms within the aviation industry. Each incident serves as a potent reminder of the devastating consequences of oversight failures, mechanical negligence, and human error. These tragedies not only led to stricter regulations and improved safety practices, but also underscored the relentless need for vigilance, preparation, and accountability in every aspect of helicopter flight operations. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on the most shocking moment in helicopter crashes? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.